Hello, hello. Happy spring equinox. It just recently was. And I wanted to put this little video together today. Hold on. Somebody else wants to say hi. I'm in this sweet little spot in my neighborhood that has one of these very lovely little kind of share it square corners. The tea, the books, the playhouse for little ones. And look at that. You can't really see the painting, but there's a 4-direction painting on the intersection. Okay, so let's get to today's video, and the topic is around discernment. And this something happened yesterday that I want to share briefly on and tie it into discernment. Dogs are so good at discernment. They are masters at it because they read energy so clearly and they don't question themselves. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about this very, very important idea around discernment and being an empath and an HSP. So here's the story. I yesterday was doing a little sleuthing around because I do feel that a big part of my mission is doing some BS busting, and that connects to discernment. So what I did yesterday is I was taking some other sources for empaths and HSP quizzes. And the reason I'm exploring this is because I'm also in the process of creating my own for Sensate Soul. So I took this one that was by this doctor. And I was checking it out because I wanted to see what kind of questions they're asking, and also, well, how are they defining empaths and HSPs, and kind of I was just snooping around, and by curiosity, what I found in this quiz, and believe me, this was not the first, nor second, nor third one that I've seen this happen, was I answered the questions as if I was not an empath. And this quiz provided questions that were not traits or qualities of being an empath and HSP. So taking all the, answering all the questions, getting the result, and what I found was no matter how I answered this, and if I answered it more particularly as not an HSP, chose the answers that did not reflect an HSP, I still got the result that I was a quote-unquote balanced empath. And this type of mislabeling is so misleading because basically, if I was a narcissist, a full-blown psychopath, I could have taken this test and been told that I was an empath. And this type of marketing and misinformation is really, in my opinion, is a type of informational malpractice. It really is. So, but the point here is not to bash this quiz, although I am a warrior of of empaths and HSPs and want to call BS and want to, just like say, this is not okay, this is out of integrity. And the reason why also I wanted to do this little video is because discernment is your way of being able to take care of yourself and empower yourself. Discernment is not about finding right or wrong. It's about finding what is true and correct for you. It is essential to develop a strong sense of discernment as an empath and HSP. The beautiful thing about you is that we are already very discerning because we have such a finger on the pulse, as I say, of a lot of different frequencies. And that gives you already, it's like you already have the skill of discernment. It just needs to be refined, listened to, and trusted. We don't, the problems come when we aren't listening to our discernment and when we're doubting and, and dissing our own knowing and sense of trust. So this discerning is really crucial. It's probably, top 5 of qualities that an empath and HSP needs to develop more and more as a life skill. We all do, but we especially do because of our tendency to merge and to go along to get along and to doubt ourselves, because we don't want to get into conflict and we don't want to have other people feel like we are not trusting them. So remember that discernment is not about making wrong or right. Like with this quiz, I'm not trying to make this person wrong or right, and me right. What I want is truth, and what I want is integrity, and I want to be able to empower you and others who are looking for, I want this information that goes out there to be something that is supportive, uplifting, empowering, not just lumping all HSPs and empaths into a couple different categories, and that you don't actually even have to be one in order to be named one or labeled one. So being a highly discerning sensitive is so incredibly important, and it is a skill that you already have. It just needs to be like polished off, and trusting that truth seeking, that like the truth barometer, trusting the feeling gauge, trusting that integrity or discerning measure that you have is really like, I can't just say it enough, right? I could say this until, the empathic sensitive cows come home. It's so true. So yes, I did write a letter to this company and to this person. I haven't received anything yet, to express myself around how misleading their measure is, and how harmful and out of integrity and actually unfair that can be, because we are all infinite creative beings, and we all shift and morph and evolve through our lives, but there are some things that are true to our nature, true to our personality, true to our soul's journey, that are consistent, that are how we are designed to be. And if you were born as an empath and an HSP, that's part of your blueprint, your soul's blueprint. And we get to label ourselves with our strengths and our abilities, just like in another video I have about personality tests. We get to look at those things and identify ourselves as them, label ourselves as them, and then stand strong in that, stand proud in that, and use those ways as a strengths, and also to learn how to become more of that. And when people put out information that is just so off like this, it can cause a lot of harm. So that's where I stand up against these things and use my discernment and say, no, this is inappropriate. This is out of integrity. And I have an opinion on this. And as an empath and HSP, stepping up and expressing yourself is really, really a big piece of your empowerment. And your discernment is your ticket into deciding for yourself, choosing for yourself in those moments, what needs to be said or not said, what needs to be expressed or not expressed, what needs to be created or not created, who needs to be connected to or not connected to. So your discernment is one of your greatest superpowers. So please use it well, use it wisely. So if you'd like help in doing that, please do come on over to sensatesoul.com and jump on the mailing list as well, so that you can receive things that I only send through private newsletters, and check out what is available for you there to empower your incredibly beautiful empathic entrepreneur soul, if that's a path you choose to walk. It's a good one. All righty. Ollie and I signing off, and so much love. See you in the next video.